Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got a good one on tap between the visiting Houston Texans and the New Orleans Saints. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the New Orleans Saints. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, a new season finally here. We had the great one Thursday night. All sorts of intrigue in the games yesterday, and now we put a bow on this first weekend with a good one here tonight.
We do put a spotlight on key games, don't we? Even key nights. Thursday night has become a spotlight night. How about Sunday night? But there still is some magic to playing on Monday night, and these two teams are feeling it.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. They're led out by their strong-arm quarterback out of Texas A&M, and that's Ryan Tannehill.
And many believe that Ryan Tannehill is ready to fulfill his promise. Been in the league a little while now, been through some ups and downs, some bumps and bruises, but the talent is evident. Can run it, can throw it, and I think now he's ready to be a great leader.
Hey, 4 down. Ready to go.
LaShawn McCoy, the 31-year-old running back, his first carry. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Zadarius Smith gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they're led out by a guy who learned from one of the great ones in his first few years in Tom Brady. This is Jimmy Garoppolo.
When you're back up to one of the all-time great players, if you don't spend time picking that guy's brain or just watching and observing how he does things to increase your game, then you've wasted that time. I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is that type of a player. I think those lessons learned have a chance to transmit themselves very well.
No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. And we roll now on the graphics for the offensive starters.
Let's take a look at the left tackle, Taylor Lewan. A big, gregarious guy with great athletic ability. Plays the game with a little bit of an edge. In fact, he doesn't play to the whistle. He plays to the echo of the whistle.
Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle. The defensive crew for the Texans. Here's a look.
Clinton Dix attracted a lot of attention when he was about to enter the NFL for his ability to play the football in the air. He's actually shown that he can tackle pretty well in the league, too.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down.
Let's go, D. 25, check 20.
On play action, now Garoppolo. He is going to find Hill here. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That's good for 28 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
That's what I do.
Now Garoppolo. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd.
Garoppolo again. And he'll have his man. That's Edelman. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game? Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage.
And now Garoppolo lost the football. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way, just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'm trying to do better here. And let's take a look at the Texans offense.
Matt Breida often gets overlooked when we talk about top running backs in the NFL, but he had a very efficient season in 2018, almost doubling his rookie season yardage. And if he gets a spot of daylight, look out. Registered the fastest carry in the NFL in 2018, hitting nearly 22 miles per hour.
Unnecessary roughness, defense.
Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Let's go now. 15 line it. 15 line. Tight right. Even. 4 down. Even.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And now a look at the Saints starting defense.
Jaleel Adai's versatility is a big plus for him. He can match up against the tall receivers. He can match against the short, quick receivers. He can cover inside. He can cover outside. And as an added bonus, he tackles well, too.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's a give to McCoy. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here's Ryan Allen now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Here's the 5th-round rookie from Temple. It's Raquel Armstead. And this Texans defense, they're all charged up now. They stop him behind the line for the 2nd straight play.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Back to the ground. This time it's Peterson. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Now, this is just the 5th all-time meeting between the Texans and Saints here, taking place in Week 1. And they have split the previous 4 meetings. Of course, the Texans entering the league in 2002. But you would think that these 2 teams would have met more because the cities are only separated by 350 miles, I-10 connecting them. In fact, for New Orleans, Houston is the closest NFL city of any in the league. So it's kind of interesting that this is only the 5th time that they have met. The last time they got together, November of 2015, the Texans winning that one 24-6. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out.
Here we go. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Brandon Graham applying the heat off the edge. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Back deep, the Louisiana native, Jarvis Landry. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. This one caught out wide by Landry. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
For the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Here's Ryan Allen now, standing just outside his own goal line. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
The
big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a first down.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he claps down inside, how about the quarterback pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the second level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the pistol, they run with Peterson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. He stayed afloat for a second there after the first wave of contact, but that was going nowhere.
Yeah, what did he tell us in pregame? I just don't want to get my feet stopped initially when I'm trying to make a run. That's exactly what happened there. Unfortunately, as you noted, got away a little bit from the first one, but the wave swarmed him under.
On second and 11 now. Garoppolo. They complete it to Hill. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 34-yard line. Garoppolo and the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. No gain on the dump off. It's second down.
Here we go.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Texans' 33-yard line.
On second down, Peterson. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. The Saints on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Taylor Luan, the former first-rounder from Michigan, flag there. So now they assess a 3rd and long, and that holding call might have knocked him out of field goal range, at least for the moment. And it's complete. Henry. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
And this is complete. It's Marshall. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. You got 3.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Akeem Spence busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Julian Edelman there to make the grab. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right? Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open. Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now 14-0. A 10-play drive that time. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Matt Breed in the offense heading back out. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tannehill. pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Now.
Tannehill now to throw. It's caught. Smith. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. He completes it to Bryant. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Tannehill throwing again. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. 3rd down here. Throwing again is Tannehill. He's got Smith here. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Vinatieri, the NFL's oldest active player, also the league's all-time leading scorer, past Morton Anderson last year.
Yeah, he turned 46 in December of 2018. He really can't see it in his leg, maybe in the beard.
You can see it in the beard.
Maybe in the beard, that's about it. But as long as he's booting him the way he's booting him, keep going, big guy.
Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as he'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Garoppolo under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So the sack of Garoppolo, and now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? They run the counter now. It's Peterson. And not a whole lot to speak of there, as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Now Landry. Landry brushes him off. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the...
Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Tannehill. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
He's not going to get me.
Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Ryan Allen now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fighting through. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. So we are at halftime in the first of 2 here on this opening Monday night of 2019. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin out in the windy city of Chicago, and that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, it was Jimmy Garoppolo who was brilliant in that first half. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. A good pickup there on first as a screen pass gets him 8. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They run the counter. Peterson. And this Texans defense, they're all charged up now. They stop him behind the line for the second straight play.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
The Texans here on third down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He is going to find Hill here. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Going with Armstead, a first down carry. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, it's Peterson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Here's Garoppolo to throw. It's Hill, complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. They frustrated these receivers tonight, really held down the passing game, but there got the penalty.
Fine line between aggressive, good coverage, and interference, and they crossed it on that play.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop. A 10th carry now for Peterson. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Badgley able to punch this one through. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a
under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Geno Atkins in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. After the sack on 1st down, Tannehill, and he's going to go down again. Geno Atkins, make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And the pressure gets to him again. Geno Atkins, make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Here's Ryan Allen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. How do you break down his game so far? Just the one touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't. Not until you balance it with the error side. And in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Peterson. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Here we go. Go. Go.
They run again on 1st down. Peterson. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Garoppolo. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get this down to the 10.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Here we go. Here we go. 180. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Let's get that ball. Let's get that ball.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Back to the ground, Peterson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown run by Adrian Peterson. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And now out comes Houston. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target. And now it's second down. This is Breida. He'll have a first down past the 40, 30, the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Matt Breida, 75 yards. And the Texans cut into that lead. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and that cuts the lead to 24-10. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. On play action, now Garoppolo. Then caught by Henry. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They'll go option to the short side. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss.
Mike, here we go. Wait, 80! Let's go!
Now on 2nd and 13. Garoppolo is going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This will be 3rd and 6. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. That one complete to Hill. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Garoppolo and the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. So the solid run on first, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that 2nd down play.
No, it's all in your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your friend.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry. They run it with Armstead, and they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. On 2nd and 2, Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll bring up 4th down. And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. This to make it a 3-score game late. Badgley able to knock this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Back to throw, Tannehill. Complete. Smith has it. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
I'm coming after you.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he's got the hook up to Landry. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Tannehill to the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 40. Tannehill now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Tannehill. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Tannehill. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. The Texans on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They snap it to Tannehill. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Bill O'Brien rolls the dice, but to no avail. And the Saints will have the football back. Well, the D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play? Or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz. And in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that 4th down.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They start the drive with Peterson. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They run with Peterson. He's been busy tonight. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know the securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180! You got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go. He got it.
On 1st down, they go option to the right. And now he'll tuck it and run. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180! 55! Get your swerve
on! Again, Peterson. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll swing this complete out to Hill. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Here we go. 180! Nice, sweetheart. Showing up, showing up.
So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Saints, it's a great win here on a Monday night as they'll start the new campaign 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Houston, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the Denver Broncos and the Oakland Raiders. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Coach, there will be time for reflection, certainly as the season goes on, but for what might be the final time in the East Bay, it is opening night of the NFL season here in Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Oakland Raiders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, a new season finally here. We had the great one Thursday night. All sorts of intrigue in the games yesterday, and now we put a bow on this first weekend with a good one here tonight.
We do put a spotlight on key games, don't we? Even key nights. Thursday night has become a spotlight night. How about Sunday night? But there still is some magic to playing on Monday night, and these two teams are feeling it.
Here's the former Florida Gator, Eddie Pinheiro, to get us started. And off we go to wrap up a busy weekend of football. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their 6'4" quarterback, the former #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
And this is a guy who cares totally about his team. He will do whatever it takes for a play to be successful and for his team to win. I've seen him become a lead blocker on running plays, even though I'm sure his coaches don't want him anywhere near that pile.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
On second down, Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It was Jason Pierre-Paul who was able to get him down. And here's the offense now. Charles, who's the guy you chose to highlight?
The tone setter, the guy in the middle, Alex Mack. His return, never good for the opposition.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. They run the counter with Cook. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep, Jalen Richard. So here are the Broncos backed up to start their initial drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the former Louisville Cardinal, Teddy Bridgewater.
To me, the best part of Teddy Bridgewater's game is his decision-making. Very smart, loves to watch the game, loves to analyze it, and he does it so well, he takes care of the football and keeps his team in good spots.
Now the leading rusher for the Pats last year is a rookie, Sony Michel. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On the ground is Michel. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. The offensive starters now for the Broncos.
And I think the entire league benefited when Andrew Whitworth made the decision to come back for his 13th NFL season. Still one of the best offensive tackles in the game. 4 Pro Bowls, 2 times first-team All-Pro. He's now 10th among active players in the NFL in games started.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off the draw, here's Michel, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. And we take a look now at the defense for the Raiders.
Eric Berry exemplifies what I think you're looking for in an NFL safety nowadays. He's what I call a down and distance guy. No matter what the offense has down and distance, they're going to deploy him in a spot where he can have the greatest impact. Versus the run, versus the pass, Eric Berry can do it all.
On 2nd and 9, Bridgewater. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Now a first down carry. It's Michel. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
The tackle by Leonard Williams. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. On play action, it's Bridgewater. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 27-yard line.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
Well, he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses their script, and right now they're following it to a T.
And for that opening drive, so part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that, but you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice, and it's paying off for them.
They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop. Play action now. Bridgewater letting one go deep for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. On third down, Bridgewater to Michel on the dump off. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. This from 42 yards out. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-0. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. First down, Winston. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Winston now. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Jeffrey Simmons brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback, and that has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Jameis to throw it. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, Winston. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They begin with Michel on the ground, and he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. Carl Nassib there on the tackle. On 2nd down, Michel. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Here's Logan Cook now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
A bit of an opening there on the 1st down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Give to Cook out of the gun. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On 3rd down, Winston. And that is incomplete.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on to punt for Oakland. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Watch the screen.
On the ground, this is Michel. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Tackle made by Antoine Bethea.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd down now, Michel. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
First down throw for Bridgewater. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Play fake. Bridgewater. Sliding. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Carl Nassib. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Throwing. Bridgewater. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. The Broncos on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Well, unless there's a postseason meeting later in the year, this is most likely the final time that the Broncos and Raiders will play in Oakland. Of course, so much history between the two since their inaugural season in the AFL back in 1960. Broncos and Raiders, they've been locked together in the same division, facing off twice a season. And this rivalry also stands as the most common pairing for Monday night games like we have here, 18 times, the most of any 2 teams. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Richard. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. On 2nd down, Richard. And he'll get this down only to the 18. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Bridgewater. Oh, that'll be caught by Cup. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Throwing is Bridgewater. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Cooper Kupp there to make the grab. And the Broncos push further out in front. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. John Brown now heading back onto the field as he gets set to go here. With them losing here in the second quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try and do some damage after the catch. Or maybe just flip some formations and keep him isolated where it's more of a one-on-one route and get the ball to him.
I say just 4 verts, right?
Hey, why not? 4 verts, one of the best routes in football. Hard to cover each guy all the way along the route.
So far, just 1 catch for him. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing, Winston. He's got his tight end, Burton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 24 yards.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
22. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Winston. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Watch the pass.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown, but it's going to be 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Here's Winston. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 21. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Watch the slack. Watch the slack. Watch the slack.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. This one into the hands of Burton. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. And that's complete to Brown. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. On now is Kai Forbath to try the field goal. This a 33-yard attempt. And Forbath will put this one through, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the ball out to the 25. Offense marching back onto the field, and our focus shifts here to Sony Michel. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let's go, D.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we have reached halftime here in the final game of opening weekend 2019. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the second foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have two inbounds in the NFL.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Here a throw taken in by Watkins. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Michelle. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line.
He's checking crap.
A throw out wide to QT, complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. His throw incomplete. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. From the gun, Bridgewater. Got his man, it's Eifert. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Now Winston. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, and that'll bring up second down. On second down now, it's Cook. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
First downs have not come, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
Working out of the gun, Winston. He's got Burton here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. Winston now. And John Brown's got it, complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Throwing again on second down. Winston. And his throw here's incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, and it's third and short. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. And he finds Cook. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the first down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
Jameis now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Jameis again. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 4 down. Check. Let's go.
They'll throw again. Winston. This one out left to the tight end, Burton. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 19.
50 the mark.
From the red zone now, Winston. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very well.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. The third down run gets them nothing.
Last stop.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much, unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. For Ash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And Forbath will put this one through, and that'll bring them back within 4. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Getting set to go here, Teddy Bridgewater and company marches back onto the field. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the one touchdown. I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this third and fourth quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And this is caught by Watkins. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From the gun, they run with Michelle. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. On 3rd and 1, here's Bridgewater. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And Charles, they only needed a yard there. They try to pass the football. What do you think?
Well, I can't really go all out and kill them for the call because that 3rd and 1 fake and throw it over the top for a big play, that often does work. But in this situation, the pressure got to him.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Denver. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. Back now in the East Bay. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side.
Maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting off field, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Cook. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. It was Jonathan Bostic there on the stop. They hand off to their big tight end. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. So a little more space to operate now. 1st and 10 from right around the 12. They'll try to throw now. Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw is Winston. He finds his target, John Brown. The Raiders on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Bridgewater. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. He was looking for Watkins that time. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play out.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Grady Jarrett, his 2nd sack of the night.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, just kicking a field goal there, that's a decision that could be open to second guessing. You're trying to get back within a field goal, but it didn't work out as planned.
And now you're banking on your defense to be motivated enough to get out there and get the ball back for you. I think if that ball goes through the post, the defense is naturally motivated, even elevated in their mission. Now they've got to find a way to dig down deep and get it done.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. This drive starts out on the ground with Michel. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. Now that'll be caught by Cup. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And they'll try Michel here running on the right side. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
On 2nd and 11 now. Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
A look at Jameis Winston now as he gears up to lead this offense again. Well, the situation, very simple here. Late game, down 7. They've got to get it in the end zone.
And the best players know how to be calm in these situations because you know right now his pulse is like a jackhammer. So how does he rein it in, make sure the team has a little bit of calm, coupled with that sense of urgency, that walk that line a little bit, but get it downfield in order to score, and then put the pressure on the guy who kicks the ball because he could tie the game.
It's been a fun game. It all comes down to this.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Winston. Underneath to the tight end, Burton. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now throwing him down there, but he cannot connect. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
They'll run for it. Cook stripped. The ball's out. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. They'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Cook following the penalty. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Now Jameis trying to hurry his crew to the line. Back to throw.
I like it.
That is caught by Brown. Touchdown Raiders. John Brown there to make the grab as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. A very important extra point there, up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. All square now at 13-all as he sends this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And coming out now, the Broncos. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. This one out quickly to Watkins. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. To throw is Bridgewater. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Denver. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And now here come the Raiders. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them in bounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset. Hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Yards on the pickup. It'll be second down. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. And here in overtime, if the team leaves the ball touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in Week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
On second and 11 now, Bridgewater. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Bridgewater from the gun on third down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
Here's Logan Cook now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it, but they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now Winston. And that is incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face. Good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
I know there may be temptation to go for it here in overtime, but you have to punt the football.
I like how emphatic you are about it, because I know the tendency is, as a player, let's go get this thing. You're actually telling your coach, come on, coach, we can get it. We have that play call. And the head coach has to remember, that play call likely isn't there. Punt the ball away. Punt it away. Be smart.
Trust your defense.
Trust them.
Fielded just inside the 20. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. So glancing at these numbers, I think they tell a story of, hey, early on he got hot, he got their attention. They've been able to hone in on him, shut him down a bit.
He certainly did get their attention, and that's the ultimate compliment for a player, that when you come out in the second half, all of a sudden there's extra guys around you, there are different coverages rolled your way. That means you've done something really well. Now it's up to him to make his own adjustment and find a way to beat the new defenses he's facing.
Again, it's Michel. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
He was brought down by Antoine.
We got chips over here. Chips over here. Let's go.
Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Bridgewater to Michel on the dump off. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. They'll run on first down. Michel. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
The tackle made by Jalen Smith. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd
On 2nd down, Richard. And he gets it down to the 32. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Let's go.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
On first down, Michel at a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. And it's Michel once again. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. On 3rd down, Michel. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their 2nd-year kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for the Broncos, they needed overtime to do it, but they get the Week 1 victory thanks to the field goal. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.